Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Rocket League live stream played by yours truly, Retro Ramz Team 1 versus the Bulldogs. So, game already started here with Meliodas King in possession of the ball right now. Going on to Blurry Exotic. Just a near miss by Blurry. Bulldogs gets possession for a second, but gets hit back into Blurry. Meliodas King going for a little pass here. Bone Will trying to do something with the ball, passes it to Emily, passes it back to Blurry. Blurry goes up a wall, but gets countered. Meliodas waiting here, taking it slow, but gets cut off by Blurry. Blurry trying to find out what to do with the ball on the wall here, tries to pass it to his teammate, but there's no one there. Meliodas in possession. Fakes one opponent, but gets 50 by another. Chris getting demoed, but hitting the ball away from the other team. Meliodas King going for a play. See what he can do with this. Just barely gets that. But the ball does get passed to Blurry Exotic for the lucky save. In the first, well, it appears 4 points goes to Rocket League Team 1. On another kickoff with 2 minutes and 15 left. Retro Ramz in possession of the ball. Meliodas trying to go for a full field air dribble. Goes for a pogo, and it goes straight into the back of the Bulldogs net. What a beautiful play here by Meliodas King. Goes for a musty full field pogo, and it just goes right in. Amazing. Meliodas is a very strong player here, so the Bulldogs will have a very hard time. Possession is back in the Retro Ramz hands. Meliodas trying to go for an air dribble. Gets passed to Crisp. Crisp barely missing the ball. Blurry Exotic hitting it towards the sidewall to get it back, and it goes into the net. A little self-pass play there by Blurry. Hits it towards the wall, gets the bounce right back towards him, and slots it top left. Couldn't see it coming. 6-0 on the clock. Well, scoreboard. Ball's going towards Meliodas. They get 50 and the ball goes back. Crisp here, apparently AFK. Probably some connectivity issues there. But Meliodas King with possession of the ball. Taking it all the way, but goes to the sidewall. Unfortunately, unable to do anything with it. Blurry Exotic with the ball, taking it up sidewall. Trying to go for an air dribble. Looks like Meliodas is also up. 1 minute remaining. Meliodas trying to go for something with minimal boost. Chris is apparently back in the game. Blurry Exotic. Meliodas King bumps Blurry there. Bone trying to do something with the ball, but gets bumped by Blurry. Does get a good demo though. But Crisp with a flick over both of his teammates for the goal, for the 7th goal of the game. Nice little hit there. The Bulldogs will need to up their defense or play more offensive to potentially make a comeback here, if possible. This team is a very strong team to play against, the Retro Ramz. 5th in the nation. Hello, hello. Okay. Well, we're back, and Retro Ramz with the first win of the series here. It's best of 5, so the Bulldogs potentially have 3 to 4 more games to try and make a comeback here. But it's still just the first series and first match, so we'll never know what to expect here. But it seems like the Bulldogs are swapping out their players for new ones. So we'll see how this match goes with different people. And this map is very, very bright. Lots of colors, lots of colors. Well, with the game apparently starting now, Prodigy, Pick'em, and Shakikua for the Bulldogs, getting an early goal with only 2 of their players on. There might be an issue here. It appears they're waiting for a third. Crisp leaving the match. Probably going into practice. Well, the Retro Ramz are a very, very strong team here. With the Bulldogs' new opponents, well, new players, needing to have more defensive mechanics in order to do something here. Hello there, people in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Right now, we are watching the Retro Ramz Team 1 against the Bulldogs. Right now, Retro Ramz Team 1 is in the lead with 1-0. Last game was an 8-0 sweep, I believe. And now we're just waiting for their third. It appears their third is in the game. Chris joining the match now to complete the third. Prodigy with a save. Blurry Exotic going for a sidewall, it appears. Can only see what's in front of me at the moment, so sorry about that. Crisp trying to hit the ball to the side, trying to get a pass off, but gets blocked. Meliodas King going for another sidewall, but gets hit by Blurry. Appears it's in the hands of the Retro Ramz. Crisp going for a flip reset, but it gets tossed away by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs hitting it back. We are back in a good camera mode. Blurry trying to figure out what to do with the ball here. Booms it to the front. Getting a potential. Meliodas King back with ball. Ball is getting very heavily challenged here. It appears the Bulldogs' new players are very experienced. Meliodas with no boost trying to give the ball a pass. Gets it to Crisp, but it hits the sidewall right in front of Prodigy to pick up freely. Prodigy gets it around Crisp and Blurry, but unfortunately cannot get it around Meliodas. Crisp trying to go for an air dribble. Misses just slightly, but Blurry is there to keep the ball in. Shakikua narrowly missing the ball, which led to Blurry getting a free shot on goal, which goes in. With the series being 2-1, anything can happen. Meliodas King with a kickoff goal. beating Shikikawa. With the score being 3-1. All the Bulldogs need is 2 goals to catch up to make this even. A very narrow pinch there by Meliodas. Back in the possession of the Bulldogs, which gets launched into Crisp. Blurry launching it downfield. In a very narrow near miss by M. Lee 2.0. Very nice shot there from Blurry Exotic. One touch and it goes all the way downfield into the net. 4-1. The Bulldogs has to do something here. Meliodas trying to keep possession with a defender following behind him. Blurry hitting the ball towards the Bulldogs. Prodigy with a air dribble, getting it close downfield, but not quite. Ball on the Bulldog side. Gets intercepted by Crisp and into the net. Blurry hits it to the sidewall. Shikikawa tries to save it there, but it goes right into the hands of Crisp, and it's a goal. 5-1 in favor of the Retro Ramz. And kickoff goes on the side of the Bulldogs. See with their possession they can do here. Tries to get it over, but Chris 50s. Meliodas King flicking it to the sidewall, seeing if anyone is there, and Blurry is there, narrowly hitting it over one of the Bulldogs. Crisp kind of dancing here. Meliodas with some movement going on. Gets bumped by one of the Bulldogs. Blurry with an almost open nets gets saved. Beautiful save by the Bulldogs there. If they can keep this defense up, they may be able to come back. Some passing play, it looks like. Gets intercepted by Blurry. Blurry going off wall. Gets a pinch, but no one is there. Prodigy hits it downfield to get it away from the goal. Prodigy demoing Meliodas. Chris getting the ball, hitting it back to Meliodas. Blurry bumping into Meliodas. And another bump, trying to defend the net. Meliodas getting it over 2 defenders here. Prodigy saving that barely. Very close call there for the Bulldogs. With 22 seconds left, can they do anything to save this game? Meliodas going for a dribble. He tries to do a little flick backwards. Almost into the net, but just barely missing. Saved by one of the Bulldogs. Chris trying to go for a pass, it looks like, and completely whiffs. Meliodas just wasting time. And game 2 goes to the Retro Ramz. See, this game was a very much different from the past ones before. It seems this new bracket of players are being more coordinated than the last. And maybe this is what the Bulldogs need to win at least one series to maybe get back into this game. Appears another player has joined the midst for the Bulldogs. We're just waiting for the game to continue now. If the Bulldogs continue to play how they were this game, but adding in more offense and more pressure onto the Retro Ramz, they could potentially win the next game. Waiting for one of the coaches to ready up. And it's on to the next game. Bulldogs already on their side, just waiting for the Retro Ramz to get in the game. Put your votes in now. Who do you think will win this one? And they're off. The ball going to the side of the Retro Ramz. In front of Meliodas. A real threat here to the Bulldogs. Whiffs a flip reset in front of the net. Gets intercepted by Blurry. Hit back to Chris, but Chris hits it back into the opposing team's hands. Trying to do something here. Meliodas gets it off the wall, back to the other side. Prodigy trying to hit the ball off the wall. And it's back into the hands of the Retro Ramz. But Prodigy still has some fight in him. Still going for the ball. Getting intercepted by Meliodas. And just barely, with Blurry here, missing that goal. Bulldogs have to do something. Gets past to Meliodas and just barely misses again, hitting the crossbar. Meliodas looking like he's trying to pass to Chris. Possession of Meliodas. Trying to take it down the corner, trying to pinch with Chris, but it seems. But it does not go towards the net. Teams here trying to keep the ball out of their corner and into the net. Getting hit towards Crisp and back towards the center where Meliodas is there waiting. Going for a double tap. Just barely misses that double tap. And there's Brewery. Missing the second net here. And missing a very close shot there. And what a save moment. Meliodas going off this wall into a flip reset but hits it out of the net. Very close call for the Bulldogs there. Very Exotic trying to get it past the defender. Hits into one another. Meliodas with possession. Gets over two. And is trying to figure out what to do here with the third. Prodigy, seemingly the sole survivor and defender, keeping this team alive. Prodigy going for an air dribble off the sidewall, but hitting it into Blurry. Almost getting the 50 there. But Blurry does get it over him and into Meliodas, where he does in fact score. Nice little hit off the ceiling back into Blurry's car to the pass into Meliodas, where he was ready and waiting. The defense of the Bulldogs appears to be crumbling. Meliodas back in possession of the ball again. Gets a nice dribble over two defenders. Looks like he went to the side a little bit, which led the ball into the top right corner of the net, with one of the Bulldogs teams just not able to reach it. And off this kickoff, it's already on the Bulldog side. Almost into the net. But they are trying to control it right now. Almost gets it around Meliodas. But it is handed to Blurry. Meliodas gets probably a save there. Into Crisp, into Blurry. Hits it back to mid, where Crisp is there for a goal for the Retro Ramz. Third goal of the game. Crazy shot there. Retro Ramz is using everything in their arsenal here. There's a lot of team plays and more defensive playing. If the Bulldogs can keep this of what the Retro Ramz is doing, then maybe they will be able to win this game and make a comeback. The ball getting hit back towards the Retro Ramz side with only one defender there. But it gets hit back towards the Bulldogs. Blurry also going up with Meliodas. Cannot do anything with the ball. Crisp going for Prodigy. Pinches it back to the left side of the orange field. Shikikua hitting it towards mid. And Meliodas getting it over. Hitting what appears to be a breezy flick, but just too high that it hits the crossbar. Where Chris is there waiting. Or Crisp. And that'll be the 4th goal for the Retro Ramz this series. We were excited trying to go for a pass, but gets blocked by Epi. Meliodas with possession of the ball here. A real threat. Tries to pass it to Crisp, but cannot connect the ball. Blurry, sadly missing. Epi trying to pass to his teammates, but no one goes for it. Meliodas with the fake. Prodigy getting a pinch back to the Retro Ramz side. Crisp hitting it towards the back wall. 30 seconds remaining. Is there any way for this team to come back? Crisp smacking it towards Meliodas. Meliodas going to the ceiling, trying to figure out what to do here. And Crisp and Meliodas with a pinch play. Meliodas passing it off the ceiling. It appears out of nowhere. Crisp comes there to pinch it from underneath. Very nice play there by the Retro Ramz. It was just too fast. No way for the Bulldogs to predict or counter. A potential goal here for the Bulldogs. Barely countered by Crisp. Meliodas trying to go for something here. Misses and hits the goal. Nice little, with 0 seconds left, the Retro Ramz manages to score one last goal with a pinch off the kickoff, hitting the right wall back into Meliodas, which he manages to score. Well, it appears that is it for this series. A 3-0 sweep for the Retro Ramz. It was a very competitive game, but the Bulldogs just could not pull through. So this is sadly the goodbyes. So goodbye to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this stream.